Little People, Big World Over. How Matt Roloff's feud with Zach Roloff ruined the show. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Zach Roloff's time on Little People, Big World has come to an end after an issue with his father, Matt Roloff, which marred previous seasons of the show. Zach was 13 years old when he made his reality TV debut alongside his family in 2006 when Little People Big World Season 1 premiered. Over 18 years later, fans have watched Zach grow from a teenager to a man with a wife, Tori, and 3 children, Jackson, Lila, and Josia Roloff. Still, as the family's first child alongside his twin, Jeremy Roloff, Zach had a lot of expectations on his shoulders. Despite the family's early success on the show, things slightly changed on Little People Big World. Amy Roloff married Chris Marek after her marriage to Matt crashed. Meanwhile, Jeremy and his wife, Audrey Roloff, left the show to concentrate on other projects. Amid these changes and exits, Zach remained committed to his father and his duties on the family farm, which he believed he would someday run. However, Zach received a rude awakening when Matt sold off parts of the farm, and now Zach and Tori have announced their exit from Little People Big World. Matt Roloff wouldn't sell Zach Roloff the farm. Growing up on the Roloff farms, Zach's dream was to run the ground someday. The farm had been the family's home and source of livelihood ever since Matt acquired it in 1990, and as the firstborn, Zach had always believed he was raised to one day take over or assist in the farming operations. Also, when it became clear Matt and Amy's marriage was heading toward a divorce, Amy sold her share of the Roloff farms to Matt, with the assumption that he would one day pass the farm to one or more of their children. However, Matt surprised everyone when he put 16 acres of the farm, including their original family home, on the market without consulting any of his children. Although most of the kids were displeased with Matt's move, Zach saw this as the ultimate betrayal from his father, which started the father-son feud between Matt and Zach. Matt added insult to injury when he offered the piece of land to Zach for $4 million, a price he knew his son couldn't afford. Matt's decisions made Zach realize that, despite his servitude, his father had no intentions of giving the farm to him. Zach Roloff thinks his relationship with Matt Roloff will never be the same. Since Matt and Zach's fallout, it seemed like they would never reconcile. Matt tried to appease Zach when he bought his son a lawnmower, noting, "Maybe the mower can help begin that process of saying, hey, let's move on." Although Zach appreciated the gift, he didn't mince words, explaining the gesture didn't do much to change their tense relationship. With their estranged relationship running close to 4 years, Zach sat down during the Little People Big World Season 25 finale to address the future for him and Matt via Entertainment Tonight. Zach has moved on from trying to make amends with Matt, noting that the ship had sailed on reconciliation plans and they don't have much of a relationship anymore. Instead of trying to mend fences, Zach is focused on doing his own thing and caring for his family. However, while time might even things out between Matt and Zach, and they might one day find healing, Zach believes their relationship will never be the same. While the Roloff farm's outdoor lifestyle was a big part of Zach's childhood, it won't be for his children. Zach Roloff doesn't want to be in Matt Roloff's shadow anymore. Zach spent the better part of his adulthood playing second fiddle to his father, Matt, hoping he could one day take over the Roloff farms. However, since realizing Matt had no intentions of handing it over, Zach has taken steps to leave his father's shadow and carve out his own identity. Zach's first move was to relocate his family to Washington, where they could get a fresh start as a family and try things away from his father. In February, Zach and Tori launched their podcast titled Raising Heights. Zach and Tori's podcast has been a massive hit with Little People Big World fans. During one of their first episodes, the couple mentioned their plans to exit the show. Before moving, Zach coached competitive youth soccer teams in Oregon and participated in several international dwarf soccer tournaments. Seeing him lacing his boots again in Washington wouldn't be surprising. After spending significant parts of the last 18 years as one of the main characters on Little People Big World alongside his father, Zach hopes to spend the next years making a name for himself outside the show. Matt Roloff finally reveals if Little People, Big World will return after Zach and Tori's exits. Matt Roloff took to social media recently to examine whether Little People, Big World will continue as more cast members make their departures. Little People, Big World Season 25 just came to a close, with Zach and Tori Roloff exiting the show as they transition out of the reality TV world. They made the shocking announcement back in February and explained that they were ready to move on to protect their family, relationship, and health. The recently net worth Season 25 finale very much felt like a series finale, though nothing official has been announced yet about its future. Following the Little People, Big World Season 25 finale, Matt decided to address the speculation about the reality show's future for the first time now that he's no longer under a contract, as he put it on Facebook. The Roloff patriarch wrote a very lengthy post on the Meta-owned social network to discuss multiple topics surrounding the show. He acknowledged that it's getting harder to film when more and more family members drift away from Little People, Big World. Matt even revealed that his own fiancée Karen Chandler is done with filming. He added, "The less relationship interactions that are filmed together on camera, the harder it is to produce." Matt doesn't want to give a definitive answer on whether Little People, Big World is returning or not, especially because nobody really knows at this point. If it doesn't, the recent finale put a nice button on the show and where the family stands. There's always a chance the reality show could return in some capacity in the future, but he acknowledged that it's ultimately a network decision. Roloff family tried to end Little People, Big World in 2010. In the middle of Matt's post about the future of Little People, Big World, he revealed some fascinating details about how the reality show almost ended more than 10 years ago. In August 2010, he and his family got together to discuss the future of Little People, Big World. They came to the decision that they were ready to end the show because the filming process was a grind back then and disruptive to the kids' schooling and discipline. The Roloff family was then offered 6 travel-related specials, which they found very intriguing. Then they signed up for the wedding farm season. The reason Matt brought up that backstory about the Roloff family wanting to end Little People, Big World several years ago was because it proved that they truly don't know what the future holds for them. Just when they thought they were done in the reality TV world, they were brought right back in. Matt feels like the Roloff family accomplished their mission of educating the world on what it's like to be a little person in an average-size world. He often runs into people who are touched by the stories he and his family shared on Little People, Big World. As of this writing, it's unknown if Little People, Big World will be coming back for another season, so it made sense for the recent finale to feel like a series finale, just in case. It's better to end the season feeling like the storylines have been largely resolved rather than leave things open-ended and then the show gets canceled. In 2020, a different reality show on the same network and Jazz aired a finale that felt like a conclusion to the entire series, but it was eventually renewed. The same could happen to Little People, Big World.